Cancer is a large group of different diseases marked by unregulated cell growth. The division of cells in our bodies is normally under tight control. When that control is lifted, unrestrained cell division can form tumors, which we call cancer. Kahr Medical has developed a groundbreaking technology called SCP, which stands for Signal Converting Proteins. This technology allows conversion of biological signals, which can be used to treat cancer. Kahr is the first company to pioneer and develop SCP drugs. SCP drugs are engineered from two different molecules that are naturally used by cells to transfer signals. SCP molecules are third-generation biological drugs. In contrast to current biological drugs on the market that have only one function, SCP compounds have two different active sides, providing multifunctional and cooperative therapeutic benefits. Due to their dual function abilities, when SCP drugs are injected into the bloodstream, they can treat cancer better than other drugs by using two different modes of attack at the same time. For example, one side of an SCP drug can bind and block a specific cancer-inducing molecule from approaching a cancer cell, thereby blocking cancer growth. In addition to blocking cancer growth, the dual-function SCP drug generates a second attack on the cancer cell. The SCP molecule can convert the disease-causing activation signal into an inhibitory one, thereby inducing programmed cell death of the cancer cell. Other types of SCP drugs use one of their functional sides to specifically target cancer cells, mimicking natural signal binding. Following specific targeting to the cancer cell, the second side of the SCP molecule binds to the cancer cell and induces programmed cell death. With such exceptional properties, SCP compounds are well positioned to become the next generation of blockbuster drugs for the treatment of cancer.